Do you find yourself struggling with playing with Swamp Ash? And do you play with Swamp Ash more in the summer?
Do I play with Swamp Ash more in the summer, and do I find it a struggle? If we're talking about the wood, there's no struggle, but if we're talking about the other thing, hi, I'm Ted from Forest and the Sea. I am the bass player, but I'm a saxophonist. And now you can check out all of the links to all of our content using our link tree that has our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everything you could possibly need to get all in one place. What first really got me into music and when? That's easy. Both of my parents met at college as music students. My mother started out as a performance major and then switched to music therapy. My father started out as a music education major and switched to performance. So I have been involved in music since day zero. My mom's a flutist and my dad's a trumpeter, and like I mentioned, I play saxophone and bass, and everyone plays piano.
Is it flutist or flautist?
Technically it's flautist, but I didn't want other people to think I pronounced it wrong. Now we've educated the masses. Derived from the Italian word for flute, which is flout. I also don't think derived was the right word to use there at all, but oh well. Favorite video game console and video game right now. So currently I'm playing Xbox One because that's the console I own, and I recently pulled back out Skyrim. I can't answer honestly how many hours I think I have put into Skyrim in my lifetime. I reckon it's over 2,000. Man, all the time I spent playing Skyrim, if I'd been practicing instead, I'd be in such a better place. But that's what I'm doing now. When I'm not playing Skyrim, though, I'm just chilling with like either Madden, 2K, or Chell. No real time commitment in them, just having fun. But yeah, Skyrim has been eating my life again for the 9th year now, I think the game's been out. 8th year? I don't know. Great game, though. Hours of content. If I knew how to record my Xbox, I would just do a Skyrim Let's Play for my content for this channel and nothing else.
I'd subscribe to just that.
I guarantee it to be an incredible Let's Play, too. What are the top 3 skills I think a musician needs? Say the ability to be flexible is incredibly important because if no matter what you're creating, no matter how long you've practiced working on something a certain way, somebody else is going to want it slightly differently. And if you can't adapt on the spot, you're not really marketable by any means to anyone at that point. And flexibility can go in like numerous ways, like just being flexible with your genres. I attended a bass master class once, and the clinician said, find one song from every artist you like and find one thing from every song you like. Don't be that guy that hates a whole genre of music for really no good reason. So being flexible with your genres is really big for marketability as well. So flexibility, listening skills, that could mean listening to just being able to play with other musicians, but also ear training, the ability to be able to transcribe things by ear. Transcribing by ear is an incredibly useful tool because whenever you are learning a recording from the recording instead of from sheet music or tabs, you're not just learning the notes to play in the rhythms in the right spot, you're learning how that instrumentalist or singer approaches those notes and what they do to them to make them great. So I can play all the same notes on my saxophone that Charlie Parker played. No, I can't, but if I could, that doesn't mean I'm good because he adds so much more inflection and phrasing and dynamics and articulations that I can't add, and that's why he's the GOAT and I am lamb. That's not a saying. Listening skills, flexibility, and work ethic. If you don't have the ability to sit in a practice room for 2 straight hours working on just one hard lick, you're never going to be able to play that hard lick. You're going to spend your life playing easier stuff. But if like I've spent days just working on a 2-measure saxophone like that Phil Wood played on a Steely Dan song. I still can't play it 2-speed perfectly, but I'm really close. I haven't worked on it in months, but I enjoyed working on those 2 measures for like weeks straight. And I think having that kind of time commitment and work ethic is a huge thing for any musician. What is the least useful skill I have learned? I'm sure there is something I learned in Boy Scouts that I didn't need to learn even as a Boy Scout. Oh, I took these computer science classes in high school. and those haven't served me well in my life at all because I didn't go into programming. I had a lot of fun in the classes because of the people and the teacher, but being able to write if-then statements in C++ is not something that helps me perform my melodic minor scales as a musician. So I'd say that's pretty useless for something I put a lot of time into. My least useful music skill. When I was a music education student, I've had to learn all the instruments, and learning how to play the French horn was a waste of time because I'm not good at it, and I'm never going to be in a position where I have to teach little kids French horn, hopefully. I hope I don't end up being the beginning music teacher because I will screw up some French horn players badly. Like, really badly. Content idea, I'm going to upload my old bassoon videos to this channel as my content. There's some great clips in there.
That's Classical Music Fridays with Ted.
I have like 2 hilarious bassoon videos shared. Good times, the bassoon. The best musician I have played with. So the really easy answer for that one is my father. He has years and years of experience and years of education as a both classical and jazz trumpeter. And he knows a thing or two about music, and anytime I play with him, whether it's just playing a tune at home or even on a gig together, I always feel very threatened and insecure about my abilities. We played a gig together about 1.5 years ago for, I think, like the county museum. It was a fundraiser, and it was a jazz quintet, so rhythm section, I was on sax and he was on trumpet. And the solo he played was really good, and I looked at the chord changes. I wasn't super familiar with them, and I was like, I don't know how to play over these, but I'll fudge my way through it. But then he took a solo, and I was like, no, I'm not even going to attempt this. No way. Next piano solo, whatever. I'm not going to embarrass myself like that in front of 6 people. Hey, there's an interview going on. You got to get out of here.
Who are you interviewing?
I'm being interviewed. I'm a celebrity.
Is that Ben?
Hey, this is not your interview.
Hey.
Go.
Hi,
We're running a
Ben.
script right now.
Don't egg him on.
Let's start this over.
I wanted to make sure you weren't doing anything suspect in here, that's all.
See,
So, you're very inconsiderate.
why?
Because you left that game on, so now I can't play cello.
He's so bad.
I am not!
He doesn't pass enough. Like he'll skate with his defenseman all the way up, and all of his linesmen will be jammed at the blue line. It's like, you need to pass the puck. I coach him all the time. Doesn't help.
I think it's because of your tone.
This isn't like Phil Jackson of the Bulls, where he's like, "All right, guys, Zen master." No, you gotta yell. What was the question?
Where do you get off? That's the question.
And then outside of him, I spoke about a master class earlier. It was at Berklee College of Music 4 years ago, summer. It was led by legendary virtuosic bassist Victor Wooten. If you don't know who Victor Wooten is and you're at all interested in the bass, type his name into YouTube, watch 2 videos, and you will be obsessed for life. He's an absolute machine. I don't think he's human, but I have heard him make mistakes, so he might be human. At that clinic, he worked with a lot of people, and there was a lot of other instructors set up to work with people, and both bass teachers and drum teachers there that worked with all the bass students. And those were some incredible people I worked with, for sure. And I learned a lot in like 3 days. Probably the most I ever learned in a 3-day stretch as a musician, and a lot of fun, too. What is my favorite tea or coffee? Well, I drink a total of 4 things in my entire life. First and foremost, I drink water. I'm hydrating on a regular basis. Hydrate or dihydrate is my motto. Before I turned 21, the only other things I drank were tea and coffee. So I do enjoy both thoroughly. I'm the weirdo that is totally fine with unsweetened black tea, but I'm a human being. I like sugar, so I'm fine with sweet tea, lemon tea, raspberry peach, whatever. But I think I just like straight ahead black tea. You just get cold brew tea bags, and throw them a gallon in, and just have tea for days. For coffee, I don't like to spend a bunch of money on fancy drinks at Starbucks or even at gas stations, so I just drink the Keurig coffee at home, cream, no sugar, like a traditional American should. But I do enjoy lattes if I'm willing to spend the money on them, and any fruity drink. Coffee and tea are my favorite non-alcoholic beverages. The only other drink I drink now that I've turned 21 is beer. Chai tea latte, though, I want to talk about that. It's like coffee, but it's tea. That's the greatest drink of all time. It's so sweet. It tastes like a warm hug. Ugh. This is easy because one brand makes every single instrument well, and that is Yamaha. I can't think of anything Yamaha doesn't do a good job at. As a band director, future band director, if I had the opportunity to like be a Yamaha sponsor where I got a bunch of free Yamaha instruments for all my students, I would sign that deal in a heartbeat and everything that I owe to them to just let my students play on such quality instruments. My dream saxophone is Yamaha 82 model, which is modeled after the famous Selmer Mark VI saxophones of the old days that are all no longer in production and cost tens of thousands of dollars. But the Japanese craftsmanship on their instruments is so consistent, so no matter what, like each Yamaha saxophone is going to sound like the last one, whereas with other brands, that's not true. And then with bass, I love my Carvin 6-string to death. It's an amazing instrument. It was really good for the money, but my dream 6-string bass is a Yamaha John Patitucci signature 6-string. He is also one of the few bass players I think that is truly a master of both upright bass and electric bass, so mad respect to him for being a beast at both. But yeah, Yamaha, easily. Please sponsor me. Favorite clothing? Oh, easy. So do shoes count as clothes? I think so. That is 100% have to be Vans. I love my Vans shoes. I have 6 pairs of Vans, and I cycle through which ones I'm wearing depending on like the season or what I'm wearing or just what I'm feeling that day. So easily Vans. I know they make hardest musical thing to accomplish live. I'd say that is just getting the best possible sound and mix. And I think that's equally hard in the studio as it is live. And if I could think of one rock band that does that better than any other band in history, it would be Steely Dan. Keeping in mind that all but one of their main records have been released before 1980, which means before digital technology even was a thing. So everything they did was completely analog without any digital help. And their stuff sounds incredible. All the drums sound crystal clear before, and like no drums sounded that clear pre-1980. And I think a lot of it has to do with the various musicians they had in their band. And then I guess live they do just as well. I mean, I'm sure that both Fagan and Becker are very particular about the setup and who their sound guys are, but they sound incredible. And if the sound itself is good, that's the first thing needs to be good before the actual music is good, if you want to bring an audience in. So good job, Steely Dan, you're the best. What is your favorite song off of your upcoming album, Commuter? For me, I think that would be Travel Song, because the bass line is, and I quote, "Fungity, fungity, friggity, friggity, fresh." It's funky, it's fresh, and it's fun. And although it's incredibly taxing to play for upwards of 10 minutes live, which doesn't feel good on my left hand at all. And usually at the end of a gig, my right hand is the one that hurts from just, gnawing at heavy bass strings, but that is one song that just the workout from it definitely makes the tendons cramp up. But it's fun, it's gratifying to play, and one time we did it, I used a wah-wah pedal for the entire song, which I found out when you use a wah-wah pedal for 10 minutes, you also get a tightness in your quad, but it was worth it. No pain, no gain, right? Real talk, though, you gotta stretch, put my arms out. What is an embarrassing fact about me? Nothing. Nobody cares what I think. Alright, so the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me in terms of musical performance, this is going way back to my roots. Whenever I was taking piano lessons as a young boy, ages 8 to 13 or so. I don't know. I think I took lessons until I was 13. And at those ages, your parents trust you to dress yourselves, which is stupid when it comes to looking nice for fancy things, because you're 8 or 9 or 10. What do you know about dressing up? I put on my dress pants, and then I put on a pair of short white ankle socks because I didn't want to wear the black socks, and I figured it wouldn't matter. Well, also, when you're that age, you're going through growth spurts, and my mother has a picture of me. I don't think it's anywhere on the internet, thankfully. The pants are relatively high on me, and you just see my pasty, pale white legs and, like, hardly any sock. And I'm supposed to look nice because I'm at a classical piano recital, but it looks horrible. It looks really bad.
I wore a Spider-Man button-down shirt for my 5th grade band concert.
Whenever that kid's in my band, I'm going to tell him his life's going to be a mess.
I'll back you up. I'll tell you what, like that happened.
If I was on tour and could have something weird in my contract, everyone has to leave me alone past 9 p.m. No further questions. I just want to leave them guessing. I'm not doing anything weird. I just want them freaked out. I've got to keep them on their feet. Who is my superstar crush, famous celebrity crush? famous bass virtuoso Esperanza Spalding. She is an awesome bass player, awesome singer, awesome songwriter, arranger, and pretty good looking. She's fantastic. I don't know if you were on when I said this, but I just kind of like talking to a camera. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I figured it was like a serial killer tendency.
No, I think what it is every time I take a shower, I pretend I'm getting an interview, so I've been practicing this for like 10 years.
You have a mirror in your shower.
No, I don't need to see myself to give an interview. I can imagine the questions and respond.
I'm safe in assuming that you just take a bite of a Kit Kat bar, like right across, and don't break them up into the bars, right?
Oh, heck no. I'm not a psychopath. Only psychopaths would do that. Use the wrapper. You peel it open and use the wrapper, and then you kind of slide it into your mouth.
Bite it 3 times?
Okay, if it... Maybe 3 bites per snap-off thing.
Bar? Kit Kat bar.
But I'm snapping them into the...
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. It's a smaller bar.
Is it a smaller bar? Okay, one of the pieces of the bar. 3 bites per piece of bar.
So you're talking 12 bites per bar.
I guess so. I mean, I chew for a while, so I get to savor it.
I think there's a clear-cut difference between bites and chews, and we all know it. What upcoming album release are you looking forward to most?
Am I supposed to say Forest and the Sea's Commuter album?
Do you feel that way?
I think Anderson .Paak has something new in the work. I don't know what it is, but he's talking about releasing a single, which tells me there's an album on the way. So whatever Anderson .Paak is cooking up, I'm ready to eat.
Can I also remind you, this is the Forest and the Sea interview?
Hey. In terms of rock, there's no doubt in my mind it's Forest and the Sea's Commuter album. Smack that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And when we upload our next video, be sure to comment down below your thoughts, only positive things, because there's nothing negative you could possibly say. Yeah.
No matter which spot we go to, we get free bottomless fries. Thanks, Ted. Doing the Lord's work. Yeah, that campfire sauce, nothing to sneeze at.
I'll tell you what, that's not.